You get what you pay for. What's going on, ladies and gents in Cyberland? Coming back to another educational real estate video, and this time we're just going to get into it. This is not a definition, this is literally just a phrase that I've been told, and it doesn't just apply to real estate. Get what you pay for. The thing about our society is we have at times where people always want to negotiate and bargain. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand the real estate market. We're supposed to do that because sometimes do you really need to pay that much for this or that? However, don't try to bargain, and I don't think you should try to bargain and negotiate for every little thing. You see what I'm saying? If you see something you like, and it's what you like, it's your taste, pay the money. Just pay it. Don't try to be like, well, I don't want to pay that much for that. I'll get something cheaper. No. Pay it. Just pay what it is and go about your business. Because at the end of the day, you get what you pay for. And you're like, well, I can't afford that. Then you don't need it then. How about that? One thing about all my purchases, whether it's my guitar, my computer equipment, my electronics, any of that stuff, I never go cheap. I don't go too high, but I definitely don't go low. I try to find medium balance. And then if there are things of the price range that I'm going to have to go up in the high price point, then I just do it. Why? Because I need peace of mind. I'm not in the business, and I don't mean real estate business really, I'm just not in the business for myself to constantly replace things that I don't need to replace. So what that means is I don't buy cheap shit. If I can't afford the price that it is, I wait. Unless it's an emergency, like my Wi-Fi router completely went out, or the computer completely went out because a part needs to be replaced and this is how much it's going to cost, I can't get around it. I don't be like, well, I'm not going to pay that and I'll just get something cheaper. No. I look at it like you get what you pay for and just spend the money. Because at the end of the day, you're, again, like I made in my other video, you're paying for peace of mind. Good example. I had a relative a long time ago who decided to buy a Vizio TV. And this is back I think I was still in college. And they were gloating about, oh, this is look at my TV, it's really, really big and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then I looked at the brand, I was like, Vizio? What the hell is that? Oh, I got it from Costco. Now, anybody's watching this is not disrespect to you. I'm not trying to shit on people who have Vizios. I'm just making a point here. And they were telling me, oh, it's a great TV, and I only paid this much money for it. I said, this was a flat screen TV, so this is when flat screens first came out, where you put them on the wall. And he was just saying, oh, yeah, I only paid, I think he paid $800 at the time. And I'm like, that's pretty cheap for a flat screen. A 65-inch flat screen for $800 at the time. Because they were normally about $3,000 when they were around that time. And he was like, well, I got a good deal. And I said, yeah, you got a good deal. And it's Vizio. I've never heard of that brand. And, of course, he was just like, whatever. He didn't care too much about it. Well, about, I don't know, I came to visit him about 3 months later, maybe 4 months later. And I was like, hey, what's going on? He's like, man, my TV ain't working. I was like, what do you mean it's not working? It's not working. Like, it won't come on. And I said, oh, is that the Vizio you bought? He's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, so what's wrong? He's like, well, I know electronics, so I said, let me take a look at it. And of course, yeah, it was busted. I was like, did you drop it? Did somebody hit it? He was like, no, it just stopped working. And what made it worse for him is because it was delivered to his home. He didn't have the space to get it in his car and take it back to where he bought it from. So that was a whole big mess. And the point is about the story is that if he had just paid a little more money and got a Samsung, somebody whose TVs don't normally break, or an LG or a Sony, which, yes, there are some times where the TVs stop working, but in general, they stand behind the product. They're not bad products. This TV would have still been working, and it would have been dead after 4 months. You can say, well, not everybody can afford that. I'm like, okay, then don't buy a TV then. Or don't buy the product. Wait. Just wait. Sometimes it's better to wait a couple months or a couple days to buy the product that's good quality as opposed to just buying something, having it now, and it's cheap and you don't know if it's going to last. Buy the good quality stuff. Buy the stuff that's going to last a while, not the stuff that's going to break after a couple weeks. Because you get what you pay for. I drive a Toyota, and I've never had a problem with a Toyota. And I've always been told that Toyotas make the best cars. They last a lifetime if you take care of them, which I do. Take them in for maintenance, do everything. And honestly, I gotta stand behind it. It costs more when I bought the car than it would if I had bought a Ford or a GMC or American car. And I'm not dissing American cars. I'm just stating that's what it was. But I'm happy. My car lasts a long time, and it's doing its job. It's getting me from point A to point B, and that's all I need it for. But you get what you pay for. I had to pay more money for the Toyota. My computer equipment, same thing. I think I spent almost, when I look at everything for it, I think I spent about almost 4. And I'm not saying that to gloat. I'm just stating, in order for this computer to do what I needed to do, I needed to be able to make these videos. I needed to be able to record when I make content, especially with my guitar, or if I want to utilize my computer for gaming, even though I hardly ever do. But I needed it to be at a certain threshold to do what I needed to do. Well, I had to shell out a good amount of money. Because I knew if I shell out half of that, it's not going to be able to do what I needed to do. Or it could very well break on me, break down. And again, it's what I deemed important, and I was willing to shell out the money to get what I needed for it to do what I needed to do. And that's anything in life, ladies and gents. There's going to be times where you're going to come across something that you really want, and you may not be able to get it because you can't afford it. Well, wait. Don't try to take the cheaper brand because you just want to have something. That cheaper brand may not be the best course of action. It may not last as long as it would be if you had bought the brand that you really wanted and the brand that was going to be a little more pricey. Sometimes, just wait. It's not like it's a collector's item or anything, like collector's edition, like a comic book or something. If you don't get it right then, it's gone. There's only a certain amount of copies. Just wait and get the product that's the best product for you, and you'll feel better about yourself in the long run, and you're not going to feel like, I should have just waited. Just wait. Because again, at the end of the day, get what you pay for. So with that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one.